All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Bulls Nation, man. That game was so unbelievably close at the end. I actually don't believe that the New York Knicks scored the basketball in the last like 3 or so minutes. Nonetheless, the game didn't really go the Bulls' way for like the entirety of it, but you did have the end to the game. I mean, they scored, I don't know what it was, 13 straight, 15 straight points, had a couple of huge baskets, had some phenomenal defensive stops there in the last 3 minutes, which is something we didn't really see throughout the whole game. The last 3 minutes, that showed me a lot about this Bulls team. It's no longer the old Bulls. Like, we have the new look Bulls, and they are ready to go. I think one issue I did have was, first off, DeMar DeRozan, that last shot attempt, I mean, that's not it. That's not it. You had a better option handing it off to Zach LaVine. Nicole Vucevich was there just kind of like, there was no spacing with Nicole Vucevich there. DeMar's kind of running towards him in the corner. There already was a defender there. So I don't really like the last play drop. I think Zach LaVine needs to take that shot. But, I mean, what was this? The fifth game of the season. I mean, I wouldn't put too much on it. Billy Donovan, I trust him to, moving forward, continue to drop good final plays for this team. What I will say, though, is I didn't like what Zach LaVine... I hated Zach LaVine's body language. Like, to be honest with you, I absolutely hated it. Now, granted, the refs were horrible. I mean, this is just becoming an every game type of thing or every week type of thing, just dealing with horrible refs. Tonight was really bad. Like, both sides, it was horrible. Zach LaVine was not having it, especially there in the fourth quarter. Like, he was not having it whatsoever. And I don't like the body language he was given. Yeah, I know, he's a superstar who's not getting the calls, but, like, the body language was showing me that he's, like, letting it just take over him inside, and I don't want that. Like, that's an old Chicago Bulls thing. Now you got to be like, you got to adapt. Okay, they're letting us play, so defensively, maybe, step up a little bit more. But if you're not getting calls, you can't just sit around and cry about it. Like, you got to just put the ball in the basket. Like, you just got to go score the basketball. So I didn't like that from Zach, but I can relate to his frustration. So let's look at some statistics here. What really bugged me for like most of the game was the second chance opportunities, the offensive rebounds specifically. I mean, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle had he missed both free throws there at the end of the game. Usually when you miss both free throws that late in the game, when you're only up 1 point, you lose. I mean, I'd say 99% of the time you lose that basketball game. And maybe not 99, maybe that's being a little bit of a stretch, but it is definitely over 50. So looking at the shooting splits, the Chicago Bulls didn't shoot the ball too well tonight. Like, that was definitely an issue for them. 43%, but worse off, 34% from downtown. They did have a couple threes there in the fourth quarter. But what Coach Tom Thibodeau does for the New York Knicks is, it doesn't even matter. Like, they're going to be a good defensive team every single year. And I really like the additions that the Knicks got. This gets them to 4-1. I really like the New York Knicks this season. Like, they are surprising. I mean, not even really surprising me, but they're living up to the hype right now. I love their starting lineup. I love their bench, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But they did out-rebound the Chicago Bulls 49-37 and then 11-5 on the offensive rebound category. So you saw that Patrick Williams got hurt tonight, and I mean, Patrick Williams or no Patrick Williams, they were going to get out-rebounded tonight, in my opinion. You're playing two huge guys, Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson, and that might be one of the future issues for the Bulls unit. However, I love guys like Tony Bradley, and I don't think that they're done making moves. I think that they'll continue to make small moves, big moves, whatever it is. I love Elijah Johnson, but I wouldn't mind one more big body. As far as turnovers, man, they only had 7 tonight. So that was kind of a big thing heading into this season, was turnovers and getting to the free throw line. And tonight they did a good job, both of those categories. Only 7 turnovers, and then they had, 22 free throw attempts tonight. So they did a good job tonight in both of those categories. Although they did lose, I'm loving what I'm seeing from this squad. And let's get into some of the players. Patrick Williams, like I say, he got hurt. We're kind of waiting to hear from that, I believe. Not good, though. I mean, that's not good. Bulls, thankfully, are one of the more healthy teams in the NBA right now, with Kobe White kind of being their only injured player. Patrick Williams, that's going to hurt. Hopefully it's not too bad, though. DeMar DeRozan, 7 of 18 from the field, 5 assists, 20 points. He got it going a little bit more towards the end of the game, but like I said, Coach Tom Thibodeau, what he does is he's gonna pick apart your top 2 players. We saw it with Zach LaVine, 7 of 17 from the field, and we saw it with DeMar DeRozan, 7 of 18 from the field. They're going to just lock on their star players. And our star players are DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. That's exactly what Coach Tom Thibodeau did in his game plan. What I also liked, what I saw from the Knicks tonight, was just like hustle stats. I mean, that's the second time that's happened in the last couple of days. Sorry about that. But, man, that really throws off a train of thought, doesn't it? What I love from the Knicks is just it's like the small things. Like, you're getting the offensive rebounds, you're going for the box out, you're running for loose balls, like that type of thing. The Knicks, they did a great job of that. Bulls, until the last 3 minutes of the game, not so much. DeMar DeRozan, though, pretty solid game. Nicole Vucevich was probably the one of the better players for the Bulls tonight. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. 3 of 5 from downtown, 8 of 13 from the field. This is really encouraging because this was really like the first game Nikola Vucevic has had a effective night, or efficient night, I should say, from like just shooting percentages wise. And you saw it in the preseason. You knew it was probably going to be a problem in the regular season. Not problem, but like might start off a little bit slow. It looks like offensively he's really coming alive right now. Moving on, Lonzo Ball, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, this is the downside with Lonzo, is sometimes you're just going to get inconsistent nights. That's just one of the things. Hopefully they continue to put him in the right opportunity where nights like this won't happen. 6, 6, and 4. I guess it's not the end of the world, but you definitely need your point guard to score more than 6 points. Zach LaVine, 25.6 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 assists for him. 7 of 17. He was very frustrated tonight. I mean, he was very frustrated. The refs in general were really just letting these guys play. The Bulls offensively, they didn't have everything. They did have 3 scorers in the 20-digit marks, but outside of those top 3 guys, there really wasn't much there. Alex Caruso, he did a good job, though, off the bench. 10 points, 6 assists, threw in 2 threes. You saw Javonte Green. I really love Javonte Green and Troy Brown. I love their intensity, specifically on defense. I love both of those 2 cats. So the Bulls, you're not going to win every single game, and they picked up their first loss tonight, and they're about to go on a huge, difficult streak, if you will, right now. But I don't think that really scares me. I think a lot of us Bulls fans, we've been waiting to have a good squad, and we've been waiting to be kind of, we're a big market, right? So we want to be on the stage. Like, we want to be on the big stage. We want to be treated like other big market teams like Los Angeles. And so if you're playing teams like the Clippers, you're playing teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, et cetera, you have that opportunity. And now I feel like the Bulls finally have a good cohesive unit where they can actually win these games, or at the very least stay competitive throughout the entire duration. So let me know what you guys thought about tonight's game, whether it's from the Knicks side or the Bulls side. The way you ended it, I don't think you can be too upset with the way they played tonight. So that's it for today. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. Peace.